Imagine going viral one day, and the next, federal investigators are knocking on your door. That's exactly what's happening with the Island Boys. Behind the jokes, the wild hair, and the viral videos, they're now caught up in a home invasion investigation that has the hip-hop world shocked. Jewelry matches, voice analysis, suspicious online activity, and yet, 6ix9ine claims it wasn't them at all. Neighborhood kids, he says. So, who's telling the truth? The Island Boys? 6ix9ine? Or is there something bigger going on that no one's talking about yet? Stick around, because the full story is way more intense than anything trending online right now. If I hear one more person bring up someone talking about 6ix9ine, I'm seriously going to lose it. Stop mentioning it. I don't want explanations, theories, guesses, side comments, none of it. People saying, oh, if it was this, oh, it was that, yo, Red, listen, no. Y'all need to chill. This situation has already brought real trouble. Detectives have shown up, and it's gotten so serious they even started bothering my mom. If this Island Boy situation keeps getting pushed, I'm telling you, it's going to get ugly, because behind the jokes, the wild hair, and the viral antics, the Island Boys now find themselves caught up in a federal investigation that has the hip-hop scene stunned, and their careers hanging on by one last thread. Authorities believe these Florida natives were connected to a series of organized home invasions. An operation planned well enough that federal agents showed up with search warrants and flipped their world upside down. What led to this moment is far more serious and complex than anything fans expected. We're about to walk through everything that's been circulating: exclusive footage, leaked recordings, street talk, and insider details that add new layers to the story. Social media has been going crazy with theories about the break-in at 6ix9ine's Palm Beach mansion, but here the focus is on separating facts from internet fantasy. November 2025. This was the turning point for Fly Soldier and Kodiak Red. They were trying to hold on to their fame in an industry that moves fast and forgets faster. But then things took a dark turn. 4 masked gunmen reportedly stormed 6ix9ine's home, held his 60-year-old mother at gunpoint, and tore through the property looking for cash, jewelry, and anything valuable they could grab. Now, before anyone writes this off as another random celebrity heist, let's slow down. The timing was too clean, the execution too sharp, and the internet started connecting dots that eventually caught the attention of federal investigators. And here's where things really heat up. This wasn't just about a robbery. This was about pressure, fading relevance, and what people might do when their spotlight starts dimming. Here's how it went down. 6ix9ine was on a live stream with Jack Doherty, bragging about how he moves around without security. He's talked before about not needing protection, but this time he was literally announcing to the world that he wasn't home, while showing off the property. Anyone watching had the blueprint in real time. Commentators soon pointed out the obvious. Walking around with millions in jewelry and no professional security is practically inviting trouble. Friends tagging along aren't security. You need trained professionals when you flaunt that level of wealth. While he and Jack were celebrating on stream, 4 masked men were reportedly watching the same broadcast, timing their break-in to the minute, as if they had studied his habits and movements in advance. In the streets, timing is everything, but this situation felt different. These weren't just random thieves hoping for a quick payday. According to leaked footage, these robbers seemed to have their own online fame and should have been making money the legitimate way, not risking federal charges for a cash grab. And then TMZ footage surfaced that set social media on fire. Viewers claimed they could hear one of the masked men call another by name associated with one of the Island Boys. That coincidence alone had online investigators losing their minds. People began dissecting every frame like they were on the FBI payroll. Walking styles, posture, mannerisms, how they carry their shoulders, even the way they move when nervous. Side-by-side comparisons started popping up with clips from Island Boys music videos and social media content. But the moment that really shook things up was the jewelry analysis. Viewers noticed that one of the suspects appeared to be wearing a chain that looked exactly like a custom-piece Kodiak had been flexing online not long before. Same design, distinctive engraving, something extremely hard to duplicate. You could even see part of the chain peeking out from under the robber's hoodie, and the match was almost too precise. That kind of detail is what makes federal agents stop what they're doing and lean in. And when you add in the financial situation behind the scenes, the motive starts becoming much clearer. The Island Boys went from viral stars bringing in real money from appearances and brand deals to being nearly forgotten. That fast-burning fame fizzled out, and so did the cash. At one point, a podcast host even tried giving them solid advice, telling them to invest their jewelry before things got worse. But the moment he said it, the conversation went completely off the rails. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine was still online flaunting cash, cars, and jewelry like nothing could touch him. Even with legal issues hanging over his head, he continued pulling in millions. Watching him stay relevant while their own careers stalled only added pressure to an already messy situation. When social media detectives began piecing together clues from the home invasion, one of the Island Boys clearly cracked under the weight. Instead of brushing off the rumors, he jumped online and started defending himself aggressively. His tone said everything. He wasn't calm or confident. He sounded cornered. He pleaded with people to stop mentioning him in videos and comments. Then he started firing off alibis no one asked for, talking about being in Vegas during the robbery, riding in taxis, just getting back to Florida, giving timestamps and locations like he was already on the witness stand. That kind of oversharing raises questions. If someone really isn't involved, why give a full itinerary? But the situation got even more intense. He went on another rant, furious that people kept bringing up the 6ix9ine robbery. He said he didn't want to hear theories, guesses, or speculation of any kind. According to him, the online chatter had already drawn real heat. Detectives had questioned him, and even his mother had been approached. That alone shows how serious the investigation had become. When law enforcement starts knocking on doors because of internet analysis, it means they've seen enough to take the accusations seriously. And when they're questioning family members too, that's a sign of a deepening probe. You could hear the strain in his voice and see the frustration in his reactions. The stress wasn't just from rumors. It was the weight of an investigation closing in around him. This wasn't just someone casually denying rumors. This was someone who was genuinely stressed about the situation. The way he kept emphasizing that people needed to stop talking about it, that it was causing him problems. That's the behavior of someone who knows the walls are closing in. The real kicker, though, while the internet was building this case against the Island Boys, and while one of them was clearly feeling the heat from federal investigators, 6ix9ine himself came out with a completely different story that threw everybody for a loop. This is where the plot gets thick, because his version of events contradicts everything the internet detectives was saying. When Aiden Ross asked him directly about the Island Boys rumors during a live stream, 6ix9ine shut it down immediately. He said he didn't think it was them at all, claiming he saw something completely different during the robbery. He was adamant that the internet got it wrong, and that people was just making up conspiracy theories for clout. What's up? So, I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors so that the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People I guess saw that I was on live stream with Jack DHY. They took that opportunity to do some. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Why, no, I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So, y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack DHY in Miami, and y'all do that. That's whack. Get no coupon for I don't think nobody respects that. 6ix9ine got real specific with his denial, talking about how there are hundreds of homes in his neighborhood and suggesting it was local kids who did the break-in. He emphasized that the robbers had no visible tattoos and that their faces were partially visible, which didn't match the Island Boys' appearance. He was breaking down the physical characteristics like he was giving a police report. Allegedly, people are saying it was the Island Boys. No, I don't even think Island Boy, that's what I saw. I swear that's what there were kids in this neighborhood. So let me leave that real clear. There's 230 homes in my neighborhood. What it's pointing out to be, what is pointed out to be, yeah, he didn't do that then, but what was pointed out to be that it was kids in the neighborhood because there was no car that came in, no car that left. So it was white kids at that. No way. Oh, hell no. There was no tattoos. So are you going to be this myth that it was of those two brothers that there's no tattoos. Their face was able to see there was no tad. So that's just a myth. They're just Instagram conspiracy. What a __. But anyway, long story short, I'm glad that my mom's okay. I'm glad that my dogs are okay. I'm glad that my family's okay. And, yeah, these people took the opportunity when I wasn't home. Now, let's talk about this contradiction. Hold up. Let that sink in for a minute. 6ix9ine is saying it was neighborhood kids with no tattoos, while internet detectives got voice recordings, jewelry matches, walking pattern analysis, and federal investigators questioning the island boys. Something ain't adding up here, gang. Either the internet got it completely wrong, or 6ix9ine is protecting someone, or there's something deeper going on that we don't know about. Now, why would 6ix9ine contradict all this evidence? Maybe he don't want to escalate the situation further. Maybe he knows something we don't. Or maybe he's trying to protect his own reputation by not being associated with the island boy drama. In the streets, sometimes you keep certain information to yourself to avoid more problems. But here's where it gets interesting. The fact that federal investigators were involved means this wasn't just some local police matter. When the feds start investigating a home invasion, they got evidence that suggests interstate activity, organized crime elements, or connections to other federal cases. Federal agents don't waste time on simple burglaries. They get involved when there's bigger implications. The financial motive was real for the island boys. These dudes went from making serious money per appearance at their peak to struggling to book club gigs for pocket change. At their height, they was pulling in tens of thousands per show, getting paid for social media posts, living that celebrity lifestyle. But that fame is fickle. And when the internet moves on to the next viral sensation, the money stops flowing real quick. Meanwhile, 6ix9ine out here buying his mom luxury cars and throwing around million-dollar cash gifts like it's nothing. He's posting videos of stacks of cash, expensive jewelry, luxury cars, and living in a mansion while the island boys is struggling to stay relevant. That type of contrast can mess with your head when you used to be on the same level. For y'all who might not understand the street dynamics, let me explain. In the hood, we know desperation makes people do crazy things. When you're watching somebody else live that lavish lifestyle while you're struggling to pay bills, that jealousy can turn into something dangerous real quick. That type of contrast can drive desperate people to desperate moves. It's not just about the money. It's about the respect, the status, the feeling like you deserve what they got. The social media silence from both island boys right around the time of the robbery was suspicious as hell. These are dudes who typically post multiple times per day showing off their lifestyle, their music, their daily activities. But they went completely dark during the exact time frame of the incident. Their last posts before going silent were from Miami, which is only about an hour drive from 6ix9ine's Palm Beach area mansion. The voice analysis that fans were doing was actually more thorough than some professional investigations. They were comparing speech patterns, Florida accents, vocal inflections, and even running audio through voice recognition software. Multiple breakdowns showed significant similarities between the robbers' voice and one of the island boys. Some fans even claimed they ran it through professional software and got high percentage matches. Now, this ain't just about a home invasion or internet conspiracy theories. The real kicker, though, this situation exposed how social media fame can create both opportunities and vulnerabilities. The island boys had the fame but lost the fortune, while 6ix9ine had both, but made himself a target by constantly flashing wealth online. Both sides of this equation created the perfect storm for this type of situation. Now, this ain't just about whether the island boys did it or not. This is about how the internet has become a powerful tool for justice, how financial desperation can drive people to extreme actions, and how federal investigators are now taking social media evidence seriously. We're living in a time where internet detectives can build cases that law enforcement has to pay attention to. Let's not forget the real victim here. 6ix9ine's 60-year-old mother. This woman got held at gunpoint in her own home, and whether it was the island boys or neighborhood kids, she was traumatized because her son made himself a target. This elderly woman, who don't speak much English, who goes to church every week, had to experience this terror because of her son's lifestyle choices. The street's been talking, and here's what they saying, that I am the hood. We know when something don't smell right. The timing, the execution, the aftermath. Everything about this situation screams backdoor, or at least someone who knew the layout and routine. The fact that the robbers knew exactly when to strike, how to move through the house, and where to look for valuables suggests this wasn't random. They knew 6ix9ine's schedule. They knew when he'd be streaming. They knew his security situation. This situation is bigger than just one robbery. It's about how social media has changed the game for both celebrities and criminals. When you constantly posting your location, showing off your wealth, giving tours of your house, you're basically providing a blueprint for anyone with bad intentions. 6ix9ine was literally advertising when he wasn't home and what valuables he had. What's really interesting is how law enforcement is adapting to this new reality. Federal investigators are now taking social media evidence seriously, using crowdsourced investigations to build cases and recognizing that internet detectives sometimes uncover details that traditional methods miss. This case might be setting precedents for how future investigations are conducted. At the end of the day, this situation isn't just about a home invasion or viral conspiracy theories. It's about how social media fame can be a double-edged sword. How financial desperation can drive people to make life-changing mistakes, and how the internet never forgets. Whether the Island Boys did it or not, this whole situation shows how quickly things can spiral out of control in the digital age. The real question is what happens next for the Island Boys and 6ix9ine. With federal investigators involved, social media evidence mounting, and contradictory statements from all parties, this story is far from over. The power of crowdsourced investigations is something that criminals probably don't fully appreciate until it's too late. We might be witnessing a new era where internet justice and traditional law enforcement work together. This case is also changing how celebrities think about social media. The days of carelessly flashing wealth and broadcasting your every move might be coming to an end. Smart celebrities are already adjusting their social media strategies, being more careful about what they show and when they show it. What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Do you think the Island Boys really did it, or is 6ix9ine right about it being neighborhood kids? The evidence seems to point in multiple directions, and the contradictions are wild. Are internet detectives helping or hurting these investigations? And what does this mean for how celebrities use social media going forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more breaking news that's shaking up the culture. Y'all stay safe out there, fam. And remember, the internet is always watching. And in 2025, your digital footprint might be the evidence that makes or breaks your case.